following is a presentation of GRS-TV.
We set the bar high. On top, cause we so fly. Name in the bright lights. Looking like a star shot. We set the bar high. On top, cause we so fly. Name in the bright lights. Looking like a star shot.
District play continues tonight at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. It's the battle for the hammer, the Sachse Mustangs versus the Rowlett Eagles. Hello everyone, Steve Reeves here. I'm joined by my partner Kevin Long. And Kevin, tell you what, both of these teams, surprisingly enough, coming in at 0-3. Both of them are winless on the year. Had pretty tough non-district games and then lost, two pretty big heartbreakers last week. Rowlett losing to Naaman Forest. You had Sachse losing to Lakeview in overtime. So what are you seeing tonight in tonight's matchup between the two?
What they got to do, the coaches of both teams got to convince their guys, listen, okay, we're 0-3, but a lot of times, as you heard, we were talking earlier, an 0-3 team could easily be a 3-0 team, and Rowlett's a perfect example of that. I mean, they lost to an undefeated Plano East team early in the year, and they could have won that game. They probably should have won that game. Then, of course, last week, Naaman Forest, they were certainly right in that game. But what the coaches have to do is say, okay, we're 0-3, but we still got a lot to play for. Playoffs still very, very possible, so we got to dig in and get it done.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be a big game tonight, of course. Both started, as we mentioned, 0-1 in district play. So the loser tonight falls to 0-2, and that's a position you don't want to be in. Forget the fact of falling to 0-4, but 0-2 in district play is not where you want to be to start.
No, you sure don't. And, of course, that in itself is a reason to get out there and dig in and play a little bit. But, I don't think there's going to be any problem motivating either of these teams to get up and play. Got a great night for a football game, and, of course, pretty good crowd out here, too.
Yeah, again, a big rivalry game over the years, Rowlett and Sachse, and it's going to continue here tonight. And as you said, boy, beautiful weather tonight, hardly any wind at all, maybe a little bit of wind out of the south, but Rowlett is going to receive to start this game, and so the Mustangs going to kick it away to begin, and we're expecting a good contest here tonight from Homer B. Johnson Stadium.
Well, I'll tell you what, Joseph Brooks, the backman's about at the 15-yard line, so either they're anticipating some chicanery here, or they don't, I guess you would say, think the kicker they don't think the kicker from Sachse can stick it in the end zone. But anyhow, they're up very, very close, so we'll see if that makes any difference right now.
Yeah, the kicker is John Weston. He's going to kick it high and deep. We've got two return men. It's going to come down right at the 2-yard line. That's number 8 for the Eagles. Boy, nice return set up here. Breaks to the outside across the 30 or close to the 30 where he's taken off his feet. So a nice return of about 28 yards.
That was Joseph Brooks bringing it back. And, of course, again on top of Joseph as quickly as they could is, I'll tell you what, A. Brown got in there and got a bit of a handle on him there. So they're going to put it in play 1st and 10 from about the 30-yard line. So not bad field position at all.
Yeah, pretty good field position to start. Brock's with that nice return, and here comes the Rowlett offense onto the field. Starting quarterback is number 12, Andrew Ellison. Of course, he came in a couple of weeks ago for the injured Harris Boyd, and he had a really nice game last week against Naaman Forest. First down handout, boy, big running room here to the left side. That is number 2, Devonta Crow, the leading rusher for the Eagles, and a nice start.
Well, they certainly got a pretty good gap right there, got a lot of space, and gave him an opportunity to get about 9 yards. So, you're 8 yards anyway. No, 9 yards. So, you're in a 2nd and 1. That's a pretty good position to be in.
Yeah, Ivory Chester, the defensive back for the Mustangs, in on the stop, but not before Crow picks up, as you said, about 9 yards. So a great start for the Eagle offense. Set him up with a 2nd down and short. Ellison with the snap, they're going to run the option. The pitch there to Crow. Cuts it back to the inside. He's going to have 1st down yardage before he's taken off his feet by number 52 of the Mustangs.
Chris Talley got in there. Chris, a 6'1", 190-pound linebacker. He's a senior and got a handle on it, but that's not going to stop them from getting their first down of the evening.
Yep, first down. Crow with 2 carries so far and has 11 yards for his efforts. Rowlett with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Boy, quick throw here on 1st down from quarterback Ellison to number 19. That is Corey Kirkling. We'll call his number a lot tonight. Pretty good wideouts for Rowlett, and the first pass, I should say, goes to Corey Kirkling.
And Chet, a Philly, came up there and made the stop there to prevent him from getting much of a gain there. But they're in second about 7 right now.
3-yard gain on that 1st down. There's a look at number 12, the junior quarterback for Rowlett, Andrew Ellison. And he's joined in the backfield by his running back, Devonta Crow, number 2. 3 wideouts to the top of the screen. You've got 1 to the bottom. Oh, and that snap goes over the head of Ellison. The ball's still loose, and I believe Sachse has fallen on it. Yep, indeed. Sachse with the recovery, so the first turnover of the game, and the Mustangs come out of the pile, number 44.
Cameron George.
Camden George with that recovery. There, you see the high snap right through the hands of Ellison and tried to fall on it, but it took that funny hop.
Well, a basketball doesn't bounce like a football doesn't bounce like a basketball. So, that's a little bit unpredictable. But, of course, Sachse with the first break of the evening, and they'll start at 1st and 10 from the 27.
Yeah, great field position here for the Mustangs, and they're going to lose the handle. Pope Akana with the carry there, and he just lost the football.
Pope had the forbearance, though, to get right on top of that and realize, don't try to be a hero. Just get on top of it. You're still in Rowlett territory, and they're going to be looking at about a 2nd and 15. So they're a little bit up against it. Set them back a little bit, but not too much.
Saw the quarterback, number 16, Brendan George. He really put the ball right in the breadbasket of Akana, so not sure what happened there, but it looked like a good exchange. But as you said, a loss of 5, 2nd down, and George looking to throw it across the middle. He's got a man there. Catch is made. That is number 1 for the Mustangs, Cortland Scott. That's going to be a 1st down.
Cortland coming into this game has caught 7 passes for 62 yards, 8.8 average, so he's been pretty effective for these folks from Sachse so far. And they get their first down of the game.
Yeah, 1st and 10, just shy of the 10. Boy, and that time George loses the handle on the football, so the ball's on the turf again. He's able to fall on it, but another loss on 1st down.
And they got all over him pretty quick on that one, too. Pretty good defense by the folks from Rowlett. Of course, you're Rowlett. You want to limit them to a field goal attempt here.
See right here the exchange. He pulls it out and just loses the handle on it.
He's got 2nd down 14 for Sachse.
So loss of 4, 2nd down and 14. The handoff goes to Pope Akana. Right between the guard and tackle there on the right side of the line, and he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe gained a yard on the play, or a yard past the line, I should say. So gain of 5 on the carry for Akana, but it's going to be 3rd down and 9.
Well, 3rd and long, and that's exactly where you want them right now. So we'll see if Rowlett can dodge a bullet right here, because, your defense is put in an unfortunate situation when you get an unfortunate turnover like that, and all of a sudden you got to get in there and, I guess you would say, from the 27-yard line, stop them. I've always equated that to being the on-call surgeon at a emergency room. You just got to do the best you can.
3rd down, George rolling to his right. He's going to tuck it and run. He's into the end zone. And our first 6 of the game goes to the Sachse Mustangs.
Guess we'll call that an 11-yard run. Read things very well there. Oh, look at that block there he got. And tell you what, dove on in there. So pretty good start for Sachse.
Yeah, that time George just rolled out to the right, looking for a receiver. Nothing was open. And as you mentioned, got that good block out there on the defensive end, and that allowed him to turn the corner and get in for 6. Our extra point is good. And a nice start for the Mustangs after the turnover as you look at the quarterback George on the bench. Our score, the Sachse Mustangs 7, the Rowlett Eagles nothing. We'll be back after these messages.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders. We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures. It's what we call the GISD effect.
Here you see let down. The Sachse fans have painted on their chest, and first touchdown goes to the Mustangs after the Rowlett turnover, so the Mustangs up 7-0, and here comes the kick. We're taken again at the 1-yard line by number 8, Joseph Brox, trying to return it up the middle, and this time gets upended around the 23-yard line, so not quite as good field position as the first time.
Well, they got to apply themselves now, and obviously no turnovers means no turnovers because, you know, it wasn't like they were stopped. They just had a very, very, I guess you would say, unfortunate turnover. Of course, in this day and age of that one back, everybody's in the shotgun all the time. You almost got to expect that every once in a while is going to happen.
Yep, and as you said, that bad snap led to that turnover, and Rowlett now with their second possession on offense, trailing 7-0, and let's see if they can get things going here. Ellison with the snap. He's going to hand the ball off, or fake the handoff, pardon me, and on the end around, number 8, Brox with the carry, and he's going to get across midfield before finally chased out of bounds around the 46 of Sachse. A nice run by Brox on that end around.
And I'm doing the quick math here, about 27 yards on that one. But you can see, though, they drew enough people up the middle, I guess you would say, in that guard center gap to have some opening on the edge, and they sure took advantage of that. That is their second first down of the evening, by the way.
Yeah, so just like that into Sachse territory. Again, the Eagles trying to answer the drive of the Mustangs just moments ago. So with the snap, this time the handoff goes to Devonta Crow, and a pretty good job by the defensive line of the Mustangs to hold him to a short gain of only 2.
In on the stop for the Mustangs, Corey Walls.
Here's a look at those 2 defensive tackles for the Mustangs, 94 and 98. Jerron Counts and Corey Walls, and setting up a wall on that play.
Looking at second down and about 7, so it's manageable for these folks.
Ellison, 3-step drop. Here comes pressure. He's going to roll to the right, and he's just going to try to throw it away. Boy, that's a dangerous throw. Almost picked off. It did hit the ground.
I mean, dangerous. I don't think it's a strong enough word there because, but of course, if he thought he could get enough kinetic energy on the ball to get it out of bounds where he's coming right here, okay, they got him, and he knows he's going down. And he was probably trying to throw it just out of bounds, but, it was a little bit short there, and that could have been disastrous. But now they're looking at a pivotal 3rd and 7.
That was Chato Feely applying the pressure, and as you said, 3rd down and 7 here for the Eagles. There's the snap, rolling to his right. Ellison looking to throw it. He's got a man. It's going to be a 1st down and more, breaking 1 tackle. That is number 17, Trey Long, and a nice reception that time. A good throw by Ellison.
Trey came into this game with 5 receptions for 65 yards, so he's done a little bit of road work this year, and that's going to get them their 3rd first down of the evening. And of course, if you're Sachse, you feel like you just let them off the hook, but no biggie. You just got to go play the next down.
Ellison rolled to his right that time, had a little bit of zip on that ball to Trey Long, and get a nice 1st down for the Eagles. They continue the drive at the 26. Handoff to Crow up the middle, got some room. Middle linebacker comes across to make the tackle. That's number 44, Camden George, but another nice gain for Crow on 1st down.
Camden saved them some real damage there because Camden doesn't come along here, and he might have had a little bit of daylight there. As is, he got 8 yards. That ain't bad.
Yeah, 8 yards on 1st down. You'll take that all day long. 2nd down and short here for the Eagles. approaching the halfway mark of the first quarter. Sachse on top 7-0, but Rowlett mounting a nice drive here trying to answer. Snap to Ellison, fakes the handoff, throws the route to the corner of the end zone. Passes incomplete. They're looking for a flag, and one comes.
They got it. They're throwing at that outside shoulder there, and I could tell that was going to be a little bit of a problem for Sachse as soon as the ball was in the air, because when, there's so many times when the ref could or could not call it. But that time I think it was pretty obvious the receiver was impeded there, and so that's going to give them their 4th first down of the evening, and they continue to roll right along here.
Yeah, he's looking for number 7, James Okolo.
Yeah.
You see the left hand around Okolo there, and I think that's where we're going to get the flag.
We have pass interference.
Absolutely right.
Defense,
so
number 15.
That's
an automatic first down. We got the full 15.
15-yard penalty. That'll be half the distance to the goal. Rowlett should have a 1st and goal now. So a pretty nice drive here for the Eagles. After suffering that turnover on their first possession, Kevin, they've taken this all the way down, and they are just a couple yards away from pay dirt. Ellison's going to throw the slant. Catch is made. That's going to be a touchdown.
Corey Kirkling.
Watch this replay again. You're going to see Ellison just look to his left, then turn to the right, throw that slant to Kirkling, who gets both feet down. Only needs one, of course, but he got both of them down before he's pushed out of the back of the end zone. We are an extra point away from a tie game. There's a snap and hold, a good look from our end zone camera. That kick is up and good. So just like that, the Rowlett Eagles have answered. There's number 19, Corey Kirkling, who just scored on the touchdown. Our new score, Sachse 7, Rowlett 7. We'll be back after these messages on GRS TV. And a look at number 12, the quarterback for Rowlett, Andrew Ellison, just threw that 4-yard touchdown strike to Corey Kirkling. And again, we mentioned, Ellison came in last week, started last week and really had a good game against Naaman Forest. Naaman Forest ended up pulling out the win, but Ellison got a little bit of experience in that game, looked really good, and he's come out firing here tonight at HBJ Stadium.
Well, he just took him 77 yards on 7 plays. And that's pretty impressive. So we'll see if these folks from Sachse can answer. Ooh, little pooch kick.
Yeah, a little high pooch kick. It's going to bounce, and that's going to be Rowlett ball.
Isaiah Jennings is going to be a hero in homeroom on Monday.
Yeah, now, of course, Rowlett celebrating like they think it's a touchdown, but you can't advance it, but it will be Rowlett's
I
ball.
just realized that's not a punt. That's a kick on it. But still, they get that. But, anytime you get those pooch kicks, they terrify you because too many people are wondering who ought to go get the ball. And in that case, Rowlett got the ball. So.
Yeah, interesting there, Sachse. It's almost like they didn't realize that that's a free kick, free ball, like as soon as it crosses that 10 yards, because there was no Sachse player even trying to recover or fall on the ball. So Rowlett gets it on that kick, and they're going to be set up with good field position here at the 29-yard line of Sachse. Well, just a mistake there by the Mustangs on special teams. Ellison back to work, takes a snap, hands it off up the middle. Pretty big hole there. I believe that's number 28 in the game, his first carry, Jermias Benson. And a gain of close to 5 yards on first down.
And I'll tell you what, while we are here, we might mention that's a pretty impressive crowd for both sides. We got to We got a little bit of a rock and rolling atmosphere out here
right.
at HBJ this evening because, pretty good crowd for both sides.
Battle of the Hammer, Sachse and Rowlett, a pretty big rivalry. And as you said, a nice crowd here on tap at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. 5:08 remaining and counting here in the first quarter. Fakes the handoff. Here comes pressure. He's going to go down. That's a big sack for number 98. That is Corey Walls, his second big play here of the game, and that's a big one.
Coming after the sack for the Mustangs, Corey Walls.
Oh, Corey got some good penetration there. And,
Yard loss.
I'm going to tell you right now, that was a little bit of a – we need to commend the quarterback there for just eating the ball and not trying to be a hero, because that's when you get yourself in trouble, when you do that. Take the loss, but keep the football.
Big play there for the sophomore defensive tackle for the Sachse Mustangs. It's going to be a 3rd down and 13 now. Big play here for Sachse's defense. And they're going to throw it deep. He's got a man out there. And just cannot hold on. A beautiful throw to number 7, James Okolo. He's just not able to hang on.
I'll tell you what, he threw it into bumper-to-bumper traffic. Regardless, he threw it right on the money, as you can see right there. He's right on the target there. Now, they did have some defenders there. They had 3 of them right around there, but that could have easily been a touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely. I guarantee if you talk to Okolo after the game, he's going to say he wishes he had that one back. Right there in his hand. Great throw by Ellison. And it looks like the Eagles may be going to keep the offense on the field here. It's 4th down and 13.
Well, you're in that really, really murky area. Do I punt it? And, just how much you're going to get out of that. Field goal is probably too far, so you might as well just go for it.
Yeah, and so Rowlett's going to talk about it here. They just called their first time out of the game, and they're going to talk about things here, but I agree with you wholeheartedly. Why don't we just keep it here and talk a little bit about what we've seen here in this first quarter. So, fast-paced and fast-moving game. We saw the early turnover by Rowlett that Sachse turned into 7. Then the kick to Rowlett. They drive all the way down the field, as you mentioned, 77-yard drive for the touchdown, and then right there on the kickoff just moments ago, we saw really a mistake by the Mustangs. Rowlett now facing a 4th down.
And they might as well go for it, because you look, they're at the 33-yard line. If they kick it in the end zone, it comes out to the 20. They've only gained 13 yards. Try a field goal from there, and you're looking at about a 50-yard field goal. That's a little bit of a tough one, too. So, you might as well just roll the dice and see if you can get 13 yards out of this one. And, of course, the way Ellison's been throwing that football, that's another factor that would be a reason to keep that offense right there.
So here we go, back from timeout, 4th down and 13, fakes the handoff, gets a good block up front from the running back. The pressure comes, he's going to throw it out, ill-advised, and it is tipped away. That is number 52 for the Mustangs.
I'll tell you what a funny deal is. They're commending each other for tipping it away. That's the smartest thing they could have done. If they had caught it, they were going to get the ball at the 20. As is, they're getting it at the 33.
Yeah, the pressure came there. Good coverage downfield by the Mustangs, and just knocking the ball away from Okolo. That time was number 52. And a turnover on downs to the Mustangs. There's a quick throw out, just a wide open receiver, and that's going to be an easy 1st down, a gain of almost 17. That's the first catch of the game. Yep, Kalik Lockett, the first catch of the game for him.
Coming in, he has caught 5 passes for 97 yards for these folks from Sachse.
First and 10, just shy of midfield for the Mustangs. There's the snap. Gonna hand the ball off at the middle. Boy, big hole here for Akana, and he's gonna slide. Oh, sorry, that's 24. I apologize. Thought it was 2 there, but that's actually R.C. Reeves with the carry right there between the center and guard, but there is a penalty flag on the play.
Coming back, this is what I call suicide by the installment.
Red number 50,
you
right,
get a good
holding,
run like that,
10 yards, spot of the foul,
back. Now, here's
first down.
what you got to consider. We haven't seen the replay, we haven't seen any film on this yet, but a lot of times, when we'll see if there's a hold. Well, I didn't actually see it, but
I didn't see it either.
But the point is, sometimes the only way you're able to make that is because somebody held or blocked in the back or whatnot. But in that case, it did not appear so.
Yeah, negates the big run there by R.C. Reeves. And there's the snap and the throw. And boy, that was a little too high for number 1, Cortland Scott. It almost wound up as an interception.
George, you know, Brendan George was a little bit upset with that, so I wonder if they were on the same page from the get-go. In other words, one guy thinks you run the curl route, the other guy thinks you run the slant route, and you know, you don't quite hook up. But either way, second down about 14.
Snap to George. We're going to hand the ball off to Popacana. He's hit immediately and dropped. That's going to be another loss on the play. They're going to mark him dead at the 40-yard line. It's going to set up 3rd down and 19. You see big number 92 there for the Eagles on the tackle, Vincent Martin.
Vincent got good penetration from the get-go and got exactly what he wanted out of that one. So they're in 3rd and about 20 now.
Inside of 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 7-7 our score. There's the snap. George empty backfield. The quick throw out. The catch is made. That's number 1. Oh, he loses the football and right into the hands of another Sachse player. Wow. He was going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down, but takes the big hit, loses the football, and there is Kalik Lockett to pick it up.
Well, not the way you draw it on the blackboard, but it got him 10 extra yards out of that one.
Boy, third and 19 there, Kevin, and they were able to overcome.
And that's only their second first down from what I've seen. Of course, they only had the football once, and that was from the 27-yard line, but they're threatening again.
1st and 10 at the Rowlett 25. There's the handoff to Akana. Nice push up front by the offensive line. It's going to spring Akana for about 4 yards. There's a good look at the senior running back for the Mustangs.
Good look at the band, too. They're all fired up, ready to, I guess you would say, put on a show at halftime, but they're happy to be here.
Absolutely. 2nd down 6 here for the Mustangs. Snap to George. They're going to hand it off to Akana again, trying to get outside to the right this time. Rowlett's defense able to string him toward the sideline, and the tackle made by number 8, Joseph Brox, along with number 35. Right there on your screen, that's Vincent Grizel.
And the Mustangs face 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Snap to George. They pulled both the guard and tackle across to the right, but boy, good job by Rowlett's defense to stuff Akana there. May have even lost a yard on the play. It's going to set up 4th down. Number 92 once again on the tackle, Vincent Martin.
Oh boy, they just had him outnumbered by a couple of tacklers in that area, and so now they roll the dice on 4th.
Yeah, a little bit closer than Rowlett, but you're exactly right. It's actually going to keep the offense on the field on this 4th down and 6. Approach the end of the first quarter as well. There's the quick throw out. The catch made by Lockett. He didn't get there. He's about a half a yard short, I believe. And Rowlett's going to stop him.
I think Joseph was the guy there. Joseph Brox is the guy there who prevented that, so they turned it over on downs.
We got a bad spot there, but he was still going to be a yard short. And the Rowlett defense is held. We've got 7 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Our score 7-7. Rowlett takes over on a turnover on downs.
Rowlett takes over on their 17-yard line. 18-yard line first.
So the offense comes back on the field. Could not capitalize on that last possession after the poor special teams play by the Mustangs, but they're out here again. What will more than likely be the final play here of the first quarter. There's a snap, handoff to Crow up the middle, pushes the pile forward, a nice little gain on first down. That's going to be about 6. And that will also run out the quarter. So we've come to the end of one here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. Pretty entertaining game so far. It's exactly what we expected. Our score, Sachse 7, Rowlett 7. We'll be back after these messages on GRS TV.
The Garland ISD Education Foundation provides resources to support and enrich education for all students in the Garland Independent School District. Every dollar donated helps fund innovative teaching and learning initiatives. Choose today to impact a better tomorrow. For more information and to learn how you can give, visit gisdedfoundation.org.
Knotted at 7 as we start the second quarter at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. Sachse and Rowlett. The battle for the hammer so far played even in that first quarter. And pretty even stats as well. Now Sachse with 70 total yards, Rowlett with 56. So 14 yards separates the two teams. Of course, you have the one turnover by Rowlett that led to the Sachse points. As we come back here for the second quarter, Rowlett with a 2nd down and 5. Ellison takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Crow coming around to the left side. Boy, breaks through and he's got the sideline. Tries to cut it back inside, but boy, great angle there by the Sachse linebacker. And he comes up to make the tackle. That is number 29, Tyler Rice. But watch this run here by Crow.
Ball spotted on the 36. First down and 10, Rowlett.
And we might mention Dylan Dickerson, who really did a great job up front opening some space. But there was one other tackler or one other blocker I couldn't draw a number on, but they did a pretty good job opening up for the folks from Rowlett.
Going to come back with the same play, and boy, same results. Another nice run there by Devonta Crow all the way down to the 20, so you're looking at another 14 yards.
At that time, Jalen Lamb was the guy who really opened up some space. So they got some folks up front from Rowlett doing a pretty good job right now.
Yeah, they got something going here to the left side as well. Good blocking up front, as you mentioned. And Crow does the rest.
Foul. Number 15, White. Hands to the face. 15 yards out of the end of the road.
I don't understand why they haven't moved the change yet.
After this
I don't
one.
see any flag down there.
Yeah, they just called a penalty against Sachse, so to add insult to injury, you've got the hands to the face call against the Mustangs. That's a personal foul, going to give Rowlett 15 more. So that half the distance to the goal is going to mark the ball at the 11-yard line. So 1st and 10 at the 11 now for the Eagles. Snap to Ellison. This time Crow to the middle. He's going to try to cut back out to the right side, and a short gain of about 4 yards before the Mustang defender's able to wrap him up.
And actually did a pretty good job of getting 4 yards because he really was stopped pretty close to the line of scrimmage. There you see him make a nice cut back there, put his head down, and get him about 4 yards.
Second down and 6, just underway here in the second quarter. Our score 7-7, but Rowlett threatening here to take their first lead of the game. Got a trips to look to the bottom of your screen. They're going to hand it off to the left side again. That's Crow, cuts it back inside, pushes forward. They're going to mark him down at about the 1. So it will be, or should be, I should say, 1st and goal at the 1.
And there were some folks from Rowlett who thought he actually got in there to that end zone, but we'll see from the replay just how close he came. But as you can see, pretty good blocking right there. He makes a nice move now. Let's see, does he come? Okay, he's down right there. He actually did fall in, but he was, looked like he was down right about where they marked it.
Yeah, with the nose of the football across the 1 yard line, that should be a 1st and goal now.
And it is.
Ellison, loses the snap there. Still on his feet as he breaks through 2 Mustang defenders, but finally upended around the 7 yard line. So that's going to be a loss of 6 yards. And man, it's exactly what you don't want to have happen on a 1st and goal is a bad snap.
And that's huge because, you know, you got to flip to a few different pages of your playbook right now because, you know, you're not even inside the 5 yard line right now. And so, you know, where they could have just, let's say, relied on power football to get them a yard. Now they can't rely on that. They may have to throw the ball a little bit to see if they can stick it in the end zone here. But I'll tell you what, it's been a pretty entertaining game so far.
It has indeed. We expect nothing less from these two teams. And here's the 2nd down play. Ellison looking to throw it. Here comes the pressure. He's going to go down. Boy, 52 has had a nice game already for the Mustangs, and he comes up with a big play there with a blitz up the middle.
Chris Talley. Chris is earning his keep this evening. Let's see where he comes from. Oh, boy, I'll tell you what, he came in there unencumbered. Nobody picked him up, and I'll tell you what, he did not need an engraved invitation to go for that quarterback because he made a nice play there, and now they're looking at 3rd and goal from the 13. So Sachse's defense has really stepped up, you might say.
Exactly. It was 1st and goal at the 1, and as you said, 3rd and goal at the 13. There's the quick throw out on the wide receiver screen. Okolo, and he's going to take it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Boy, that was some creative play calling right there.
Quick throw out to Okolo. Good block downfield. And Okolo walks the tightrope there on the sideline into the end zone. So the Rowlett takes their first lead of the game. Extra point attempt coming up here. Snap and hold. The kick is up. And that kick is good. Boy, nice drive there by the Rowlett Eagles. And a look at Okolo right there who just scored the touchdown. Our new score, Rowlett 14, Sachse 7. We'll be back after these messages.
In Garland ISD, we're providing a higher level of education. Our students not only choose their own path to success, but arrive there faster. We're eliminating thousands of dollars in college tuition costs with our P-Tech and early college high school programs. Students can graduate with as many as 60 college credit hours, an associate's degree, or an industry certification, all for free, and all from the comfort of a traditional high school. By teaming up with area colleges and industry partners like Microsoft, Google, Parkland Hospital, Wells Fargo, and Gulf States Toyota, our students are gaining real work experience and real college credit. So be inspired, be amazing, be whoever you want to be. Choose Garland ISD.
The Rowlett faithful as we come back from the break. Rowlett just took a 14-7 lead. And a look at Ellison there again. He, as we mentioned, played well last week, and he has continued it rolling here this week and has the Eagles out to a 7-point advantage right now, 14-7. Eagles set to kick it away.
82-yard drive, by the way, so they, you might say, toted the mail a little bit on that one. Ooh, there's that pooch kick again.
This time the Mustangs there to take it at around the 22-yard line. This one's going to be returned. Tell you what, pretty good room out here to the right side. He's at the 40 and then pushed out of bounds around the 33-yard line. That is number 8 of the Mustangs. Dane Norberg, what a great return.
Boy, he had to cover quite a bit of ground because you can see him. He starts off on the far hash, and here he comes. And boy, they sealed off some territory for him right there. And Sachse with some good field position.
Kicking team, number 4, will tap. At the end of the
Looking
kick.
young man for the Mustangs, and well, I'll tell you, that's exactly what Sachse needed after losing the 7-0 lead. They trail now 14-7. Great kickoff return, and let's see if that can be the catalyst for the Mustangs. Get the offense going.
Well, it was a pretty impressive kickoff return, and they are in Rowlett territory. Of course, they got plenty of time to work with. Ooh, what do we got here?
And a personal foul penalty, it looks like, called at the end of that one as well. So they're going to mark the ball officially here at around the 29-yard line. So 1st and 10 at the Rowlett 29. If you're a Sachse fan, exactly what you want to see here. George fakes a handoff.
Oh, boy, huh?
Throws a low throw, but I believe that ball was caught by number 7, Jet Krill. It's going to be a gain of close to 10 yards, and it is 10 yards as they do signal to move the chains.
Now, there was some creative play calling because they totally lost me on that one. I'm wondering where the ball was. Boy, what a nice catch. He extended himself well, Jet did. Able to come up with that football.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line for the Mustangs. There's a snap. George's going to hand it off here to Akana. Boy, big hole up there, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown.
About a 19-yard run.
Well, great blocking up front that time, Kevin, and you see a burst from Pope Akana right here. Just kind of turns on the Jets.
Did a good job of reading his blocks. Did a good job of finding the lanes. Boy, we got a heck of a game going here, don't we?
Absolutely. Extra point attempt coming up here. This would not the contest again. This time at 14, it is up. It is good. Nice run by Pope Akana, our new score. The Sachse Mustangs 14, the Rowlett Eagles 14. We'll be back after these messages.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders. We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures. It's what we call the GISD effect.
Look at the Sachse cheerleaders as we come back. They are extremely excited after the long touchdown run by Pope Akana has tied the score at 14.
41-yard drive, by the way, so they only had to go 41 yards. That, of course, set up by a great kickoff return.
Yeah, the kickoff return, absolutely the catalyst in that one. Got a little bit of momentum back to the Sachse side of things, and they were able to take it in for the touchdown. High, deep kick is going to come down right at the 6-yard line. This one, again, returned by Brox. Nice spin move there, and he gets across the 25 out to around the 27-yard line, and that's where the Eagles will come back out on offense. We've got 7:22 to play here in the half and a tie ball game at 14.
Mom's not calling anyone home for supper. This really is a good game, and I'll tell you another thing, too. Our cameramen are really doing a good job of capturing just how big this crowd is and just how enthused this crowd is, because it really is a great atmosphere.
It is. See a look at the Sachse crowd there, rowdy, and see they've got the white out for tonight's games. You see all the students there in their white. First down and 10 here for the Eagles at the 27-yard line. The snap to Ellison. They're going to run the option. Ellison keeps it. And he's going to push his way forward to about the 31. So let's give him about 4 on the carry.
And making tackle for the Mustangs is Sean Brunswick. Sean DeVault.
Looking at that 2nd and 6 right now, so it's not a bad start to this drive, which started at the 27.
Snap to Ellison, running the option again. This time he does pitch to Crow. A nice run across the 40-yard line. That's going to be enough for the first down, a gain of about almost 10 yards on the carry. And Crow's had a big first half here for the Eagles on the ground.
First and 10, Rowlett.
I'll tell you what, Bashan Brunswick has gotten in on the last 2 tackles. So he's clearly doing a little bit of his job, but these folks from Rowlett, they're moving the football pretty well. And they have moved it well all evening long.
Yeah, I mentioned Crow and his start to this game, and that last carry of 10 yards put him over 100 yards already here in the first half. He's got 10 carries, 10 carries, 104 yards, averaging about 10 yards a carry. Boy, this time the quick wide receiver screen out to Akolo, and they're just not able to connect. Akolo not able to hold on to it. Pass falls incomplete.
I thought a lineman might have got a hand on the ball and tipped it a little bit, but maybe we'll see on a replay. But, you know, certainly tough on the catch. Well, let's see if a lineman does it. Well, no, I didn't quite get it, but I'll tell you what he did do. He got that hand in there to present the distraction. Made it tough to hang on to the football.
Hand off to Crow this time, trying to get outside to the left, and nothing doing this time. Number 98 for the Mustangs there to wrap up Crow.
Corey Walls.
Corey Walls, another nice play for the Mustang defense. Got an injured player as well.
And we have a player down for Rowlett.
Boy, that was really, really good pursuit by Corey. And, of course, we do have that player down there, and we'll see how concerning that is.
Yeah, I believe that's number 17, Trey Long, and of course he's one of their top receivers, so working out a little bit there. Looks like maybe a cramp, or it could be something like a shin splint, but
at least it isn't a break. That's the first thing you want to worry about, and that clearly is not the case, so it might just be cramps.
They got him up, and he is walking to the sideline, so expect to see him back in the game a little bit later. More importantly, a loss on the play of 2 yards is going to set up a 3rd down and 12 here for the Eagles on offense. There's a snap, fakes the handoff. Ellison throws it down the middle. The catch is made. Another first down in Mustang territory. This time Corey Kirkling with the grab. Boy, the Mustangs just playing pretty far off these receivers. That's an easy throw and catch.
And I'm telling you what, this quarterback has the capability of putting it right on the money, because that's about where he was right there. Very catchable ball. And that has to be of a little concern to the Sachse defensive staff there, because, you know, when you can put it in there that well, you know, that cigar exploded in their face.
Boy, that time they tried that end around once again, and this time Sachse said, hey, we're not going to go for that, and that's a big loss of almost 10 yards.
Not here, not now, not never. I mean, they were waiting on that one.
If they were going there to number 9, that's Harris Boyd, and just, boy, the Mustangs read that one perfectly, a loss of 9 on the play. We approach 5 minutes here in the half, 14 all. Just a great game here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium, and as we mentioned in the opener, both teams coming in at 0-3, 0-1 in district play, so both looking for their first win. As you see, Ellison escape pressure, throws it out. Boy, a dangerous throw into double coverage, and the pass falls incomplete. There is a flag, however, sitting at the 44-yard line of the Mustangs, so we'll check the flag.
Let's see if maybe they held the receiver, because that is in the area where you'd expect something like that. So we'll see what that amounts to. And if so, well, I can see it's the Sachse coaching staff is saying wave it off.
When you have a man downfield on Black, that penalty is declined. 3rd down.
So due to that incomplete pass, the Mustangs elect to decline it, set up a 3rd down and 19 here. Again, the line to gains the 28 of the Mustangs, so Rowlett's got a 3rd and long coming up. Although, again, they're in that area where you more than likely, depending on what happens on this play, they'll probably end up going for it on 4th down anyway. Snap to Ellison, 3-step drop, looking to throw it. He throws it across. He's got his man. That is number 7. Well, another great catch by James Okolo. And again, now you're looking at a 4th down and about 4 yards. And I would imagine the Eagles going to keep the offense on the field.
Keep the punt team on the launch pad. They're going to go for it. Boy, what a nice catch there, too. So he had a defender wrapped around him. And
it was number 41 on the stop, Vashawn Brunswick. But again, yeah, not until a gain of about 15 yards sets up that 4th down and 4. It'll be inside of 4 minutes and a half whenever we get the next snap off. Rowlett talking about it here. They may even call a timeout. They do with 2 seconds on the play clock. So Rowlett with their second charge timeout here of the half. They'll have 1 remaining. We've got 3:57 left in the first half. And, well, Kevin, I tell you, you mentioned it. This is a great contest. It's been really back and forth the whole time. And, you know, what do you think of what you've seen so far?
Well, these do not look like 0-3 football teams to me. I mean, they've both come out here and they've handled themselves quite well, and they've played very, very well. You know, they've really taken the fight to each other, and they've made it a very entertaining evening so far. So I still think both these teams got their best football in front of them. But, you know, this is a knockdown, drag-out gut check here. And whoever wins this game this evening is going to know they've been exercised tonight, because it really, really has been a very well-played football game. We haven't had many penalties or anything of that nature. A good, enthusiastic crowd.
Yeah, again, what you exactly would expect out of a rivalry game. That's indeed what this is. And we're back to live action here. 4th down and 4 for the Eagles. Snap to Ellison, looking to throw it. He's going to throw it across. Another slant route. Okolo with the catch and a 1st down, Eagles.
Boy, they're having trouble with all the different routes he's able to hit guys on, because that receiver was pretty well wide open there. I mean,
When you saw Okolo didn't exactly catch that cleanly, kind of had to force it against his hip there, but able to hold on to it, and they do pick up the 1st down, 1st and 10 at the 21.
Kind of a strange formation bunched together on the near side. Of course, they're just going to hand it off, and that's why.
Yeah, to Crow to the left side again. That's where he's done most of his damage. He's inside the 10. It's going to be 1st and goal, Eagles at the 7-yard line. And, yeah, again, Crow's big night continues in the first half.
But you can see they're bunched up there. They just sealed off that whole part of the field and got them some good yardage there.
Got 12 carries, 115 yards now, does Devonta Crow. So, again, when you get 100 yards rushing in the first half, having a pretty good night. And they found most of their success, Kevin, to the left side over there.
And they got the same formation right here. We'll see if they go there again.
Yeah, same bunch formation. This time they're going to hand it off up the middle to Crow, still fighting his way to about the 2.
Boy, he's pretty tough, because they had him stopped right around the line of scrimmage, and he kept those feet moving and got up right to the lip of the cup. He was almost in that end zone there.
There's a good look at the senior running back for the Eagles.
So they had an opportunity behind the line of scrimmage, but he was able to keep rolling there. And they're in 2nd and short, 2nd and 2 from the 2nd and goal from the 2.
Snap to Ellison, the handoff to Crow, tries to cut his way in the middle of the field, but boy, Sachse's there to stand him up. 1 yard maybe, if he even got that. It is going to be 3rd down and goal from inside the 2.
Sachse ain't going to make it easy on him, that's for sure.
No, absolutely not. We're inside of 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Here's a look at the replay. 41 once again coming across to make that tackle, Vashawn Brunswick. Play clock down to 10 seconds, so they're going to need to hurry up and get out there. We got 4. I'm not sure they can get set in time. Yeah, they're going to call the timeout.
They're going to have to. I was going to say they had no choice but to get that called. Of course, you know, they only got 1:19 left. You can't take those timeouts back to Rowlett with you, so you might as well go ahead.
That's their third and final timeout.
Really interesting if you notice, Rowlett, they will end up, you know, when they get down here close to the goal line, they'll huddle on their sideline, even though, you know, the play clock's running. So I think that time Coach Alford and the coaching staff there probably held the kids a little too long. They couldn't get out there in time, had to use that final timeout. But as you mentioned, you know, not a bad place to take it. 1:19 remaining here in the half. And, you know, you really want to try to punch this one in when you've got a 3rd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Well, that certainly is the idea, going to that locker room up by a full 7 points. But, you know, right now is going to determine whether or not they can do that. And, of course, you're Sachse. You keep them out of there, make them settle for 3.
Teams head back on the field. Again, 3rd down and goal. Bunch formation still to the bottom of your screen. Corey Kirkling all alone at the top. See if they go that route on a fade route. There it is to the back of the end zone. Penalty flag comes out. Another
fresh set of downs.
Yeah, another penalty flag comes out as well. So we've got multiple flags on the play. So you're going to have a couple of different calls here. It's just going to depend on where the calls are, or you know, who they go against. I know one is going to be a pass interference, it appears, on the Mustangs.
Well, Steve, I'll tell you what, Nostradamus could not have predicted better on that one than the fade route. You said we'll see if they go to the fade route, exactly what they did, and it's going to get them a fresh set of downs. So they got 4 more pops in it.
We have 2 fouls on the defense on the play. We have the passer, number 41. That penalty is declared. We have defense 12. That penalty accepted.
So both penalties on the defense, as you saw right there. You had a roughing the passer called first, and then, of course, the pass interference in the back of the end zone. Here comes your roughing call. They're at the bottom of your screen, and then if we continue the play, you'd see that pass interference call. High snap, Ellison loses it.
Oh, boy.
Whoa, Rowlett able to come up with it. That could have been disaster as it was 1st and goal at the 2, but boy, just another high snap, and Ellison not able to hold on to it.
They are darn lucky right there that more damage wasn't done, as is. They're going to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, split backs in the backfield, touchdown. However, there is a penalty, and we've got a holding call against the Eagles. That will negate the touchdown. Boy, a lot of action here in this final
number 28 Black.
Couple of minutes.
2nd down, 10-yard penalty.
And Rowlett's had already 7 cracks at the end zone. Here's a look at the play. The handoff to Crow. And holding there, I believe, on the running back.
Either way, that's going to back them up to about the 15-yard line. So this is hardly a gimme.
2nd down and goal from the 14. As you mentioned, you don't have a whole lot of options here. Rowlett has no timeouts as well. They're trying to change the play here. Play clock down to 5. There's a snap, another high snap to Ellison. We got a penalty on the play. Nope, no penalty. I'm sorry, Sachse called a timeout. That's their first timeout. Why don't we take a quick break with them? We've got 40 seconds remaining in the half with our score.
We have a timeout, Sachse.
Rowlett 14.
First timeout of the half.
Sachse crowd right there, get their student section in the all white there, trying to cheer on the defense, trying to help their defense along to hold Rowlett out of the end zone. It's 14-14, a second down and goal from the 14.
Second and goal from the 14.
Again, Rowlett with no timeouts remaining. Snap to Ellison, looking to throw it. Here comes some pressure. He's going to tuck it and run up the middle. Takes a big hit there and gets thrown down around the 9. Now keep in mind, again, Rowlett without timeouts. The clock's going to continue to run here.
They got to be real organized right now, because a lot of times when ticking off that clock.
Yeah, we're inside of 20 seconds. They've got to throw this. They're not going to be able to run the ball. There's the snap. Boy, just as I say that, they do, and I don't know. Oh, but Crow gets into the end zone. You better be darn sure you're going to make it, because if he gets stopped in play, that would have ended the half, but he pulls it off and goes into the end zone for the touchdown.
You go to kill the king, you better not miss.
Exactly.
And, boy, they pulled that one off pretty well there. Boy, and this continues to be a lot of twists and turns in this game.
Boy, look at Devontae Crow there as we get set for the extra point attempt by number 14 of the Eagles, Jack Hager. Been the Devontae Crow show here in the first half. There's a low snap there. The kick is away. And I think the Sachse player may have overrun that play. The extra point is good. Our new score was 7 seconds. Rowlett 21, Sachse 14. Let's just keep it here. Here's a look at Devontae Crow right there on the sideline. And what big first half for him so far.
Yeah, he has. Now, he came up big with him last run there, because, you know, he does not get into that end zone. And somehow or another, they got to get up to the line of scrimmage. You get a playoff with 7 seconds. And they probably wouldn't be able to do it. Yeah. So, you know, that was a real all-or-nothing gamble right there. You know, kind of a one-card cut, winner-take-all. And he came up big for him.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you just said it. If again, remember, that was a third down play. So if he gets tackled in play there, it's also fourth down. So, you know, the quarterback can't come up and spike the ball.
Timeouts.
I mean, that would have been disastrous for Rowlett. But, you know, credit to Crow there. He's able to break a couple of tackles, make it into the end zone. And Rowlett appears headed to a 7-point lead at half.
Boy, what a great first half it has been. It really has been a lot of fun out here at HBJ.
Great atmosphere, as you've mentioned, and a really good game thus far. 21-14, Rowlett set to kick it off. Hager has the ball teed up. Again, we saw a nice kick return the last time. Let's see if Sachse can do the same. They're just going to pooch kick it up here. No fair catch is called for, and the runner's going to take it and fall backwards, so no time or, well, a couple seconds tick off the clock, but Sachse's got one play remaining here, and I don't know about you, Kevin. If I'm the Mustangs, I'd just go ahead and take a knee here, go down by a touchdown at half.
Well, you don't want to give them anything cheap, that is for sure. And so that probably would be the wisest thing to do, but, you know, maybe they want to let her rip. Who knows? We'll find out. You got receivers all over the field.
Yeah, so one play barring a defensive penalty here. There's the snap. They are going to throw it out. George with the quick throw out. Catch is made, and a little bit of running room before being tackled at around the 31-yard line is number 1, Cortland Scott. But that's going to do it here for the first half of play at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. An entertaining first half with our score, Rowlett 21, Sachse 14. We'll be back after these messages. Back for the start of the second half here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. Our halftime score, Rowlett 21 and Sachse 14. Boy, pretty entertaining first half. Again, exactly what we expected out of these two teams. And let's go ahead and take a look at what we saw a little bit there in the first half with a look at our first half highlights.
Sachse looks impressive running on the field. Of course, the crowd and the atmosphere really has added to it all, because this has been a good crowd, an enthusiastic crowd, a great atmosphere.
So little bit of the action here before the game, and here's our first highlight of the game and the first score of the game. Brendan George with the quarterback scramble for the touchdown.
Tell you what, I think he saw the run support was hanging back, and he took advantage of that.
Didn't take Ellison long there. The quick throw there, 2 feet inbounds. Corey Kirkling with the touchdown. Nice throw out to James Okolo down the sideline for 6. That gave Rowlett the lead. But Sachse marches right back, and a great run there by number 2 Popakana. That knotted the score back at 14. And finally, with 7 seconds remaining in the half.
Splits 2 tacklers right there. And like we said, that was one card cut, winner take all, because he doesn't get in that end zone, and there's no way they get up there with 7 seconds to do anything. They didn't have a timeout. They had a timeout. But it's been an incredibly entertaining first half. A really great atmosphere out here at HBJ, and hopefully we'll get that in the second half too. But a lot of twists and turns, and really, if you're a paying customer, this has been a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, no doubt. 21-14. Let's while we got a little bit of time here, you see both teams are on the field, but they just haven't made it to the sidelines yet. But let's talk a little bit about the first half stats. So, we talked about it. It really appeared, Kevin, going back and forth, that it was a fairly even game. However, when you start taking a look at the stats, Rowlett outgained by over 100 yards in that first half.
They've dominated that area. And so, I imagine their coaching staff is probably feeling we've dominated the game a little bit too much to only be leading by 7 points. But on the other hand, let's give Sachse some credit too. Hanging in there, gotten the breaks they've needed, and cashed in on what they could do. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And in that first half for the Mustangs, 6 first downs, only 6 in that first half, and a couple of them came, of course, on their opening drive. So they only had 106 total yards in that first half. They had only 29 on the ground, 77 through the air, 4 penalties, 36 yards as well, and had the 1 fumble but didn't lose it, so no turnovers in that first half for the Mustangs. Leading passer, of course, the quarterback, Brendan George. He was 6 of 7 for 77 yards. Leading rusher, Popakana, 7 carries, 17 yards, and that 1 touchdown. And then on the receiving end of things, Cortland Scott, 3 catches, 45 yards, and Khalik Lockett, 2 catches for 21 yards. So, again, only 106 total yards for the Mustangs in that first half.
Well, they're probably going to have to be a little bit more productive if they want to get themselves to reclaim the lead and possibly win this football game. But right now, I think the most satisfying thing has been a good, tight, hard-fought game with a great atmosphere out at HBJ. And, of course, that's what these 2 programs want to do for the fans in Garland, to encourage people to come on out here and really have a good time at the game. And, this type of game you want to come and you don't mind paying to see.
Exactly. For the Eagles in that first half, they doubled the Mustangs on first downs. They had 13 total first downs in the first half, 211 total yards, 83 through the air, and 128 on the ground. So they only had 2 penalties in that first half for 15 yards. Did have the 1 costly turnover, of course, that 1 fumble that led to Sachse's first points of the ball game. Quarterback Andrew Ellison was 7 of 12 for 83 yards and 2 touchdowns. Leading rusher easily, Devonta Crow, 16 carries, 128 yards, and that touchdown to give them the lead of 7 yards there right before the half. And then the leading receiver, James Okolo, 3 catches, 37 yards, and a touchdown. Corey Kirkling, 3 catches, 29 yards, and a touchdown. That rounds out the stats.
Sachse's going to get their hands on the ball first this second half, so we'll see if they can immediately, I guess you would say, well, they better get on the football right there, or they're not going to do much anything. But, we'll see if they can immediately match this score here. They're down 7.
Well, almost that same situation we saw in the first half. That pooch kick up, and it hits the ground, and it's almost like Sachse, no one wanted to grab it. Now, finally, the runner, Dane Nordberg, is the one that actually picked it up right there at the end, but that was dangerously close to another turnover, and some of the special teams, they're going to have to work out here in the coming weeks. But at any rate, the Mustangs will start here 1st and 10 from their own 29. There's a good look at the quarterback, George. takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Popacana.
What a cut.
Right in the middle of the field there, and a nice gain of close to 13. Let's give him 14 yards. They're going to mark it dead at around the 43-yard line.
And you can see what a great cut coming up right there. I mean, he saw the blocking where it was, read his blockers perfectly, and got 14 yards out of it.
Nice start here for the Mustangs. Quick throw out by George, and the catch is made there across midfield into Rowlett territory. That's going to be a gain of 9 more. Receiver number 19, Jacob Claiborne, his first catch of the game.
Jacob Claiborne. Taken down there at 48. Isaiah Jennings. And second and 1 for the Mustangs.
Pistol.
Second down and 1 here in that pistol formation. There's the snap, fakes the handoff, quick throw out, catch is made. Jet Krill trying to cut all the way across the field, but is tackled around midfield, or not midfield, but the middle of the field. But another first down as they're going to mark him out at the 38-yard line here of the Eagles.
And they just keep rolling. You know, they might not have been as productive as they wanted in this first half, but what they did do is they showed the capabilities they have.
And off to O'Connor coming to the left side. He's going to go out of bounds as he steps across the 35 out at the 34 for a gain of 4 more. They've kind of gone up-tempo here, as we've seen early in the second half as well, as they have things going pretty quick here. Maybe caught Rowlett a little bit off guard.
They got that bunch formation to the near side once again.
Quick
and
throw
there
out.
They go.
Yep, exactly. Almost acts as a wide receiver screen. Getting to the outside is the speedy receiver. He's going to go into the end zone. Cortland Scott, touchdown Mustangs.
Well, I'll tell you what, it looked like they had him outnumbered by a blocker over there, and they just, got it to Cortland there and let the other guys block down and give him some room to run. There he is right there, and you see the receivers did a good job there of getting in the way, but boy, I'll tell you what, he is awful quick.
Scott there with the great touchdown. I'll tell you what, the coaches must have fired them up at half because they came out clicking right there, and they told the Rowlett players that they're not fooling around here in the second half. The extra point is up, and it is good. So once again, we have a tie ball game, 21-21, 10:31 remaining. We'll be back after these messages.
The Garland ISD Education Foundation provides resources to support and enrich education for all students in the Garland Independent School District. Every dollar donated helps fund innovative teaching and learning initiatives. Choose today to impact a better tomorrow. For more information and to learn how you can give, visit gisdedfoundation.org.
Quick strike for the Mustangs coming out of half. Didn't even take a minute and a half to score to once again tie this contest 21-21. And a great catch there and run after catch by Cortland Scott. Just turned on the Jets down the sideline for 6.
And they went 70 yards in 5 plays in less than a minute and a half. That clearly shows how they can detonate.
High deep kick is going to bounce at around the 15. Bounce into the end zone for a touchback, and
Kickoff goes into the end zone.
Rowlett's going to take over 1st and 10 from the 25. So the offense of the Eagles gets their first opportunity here of the second half. Again, had it going pretty well in that first half, 211 total yards as we mentioned, and see if they can pick things up where they left off, as now they went into the locker room up 7. Now they come onto the field tied. So we mentioned a good first half, of course, for Andrew Ellison, 7 of 12, 83 yards and 2 touchdowns. He takes a snap, high snap, hands it off to Devonta Crow. Finds a little bit of a gap between the guard and tackle there, but stopped by the second tier there. The linebacker stopped him after a short gain of about 2.
And I'll tell you what, these folks from Rowlett are throwing the, I guess you would say, inside fastball to set up the outside curve, because I'll bet they're going to the air right now. They just want that run support coming on up, and that'll loosen them up. We'll see if they go to the air right here.
Step to Ellison. Got to fake the handoff.
Oh,
There's
boy,
your
they're
throw. Wide
open.
open down the seam. That's number 4 with the catch.
Isaac.
Cuts it outside. Still on his feet and then taken down in Sachse territory at the 26-yard line.
Isaac Laura, I believe you pronounce his name, but either way, if we mispronounce your name, Isaac, we'll apologize for that, but I'll tell you what we will make sure we do is say you made one heck of a play. He was so wide open there, he was practically lonely in the middle of the field. But once again, that's where he's setting up that pass with the run.
Yeah, you called it, Kevin. The play action worked that time, and a nice reception. There's the handoff to the new running back. Still spinning, still on his feet. That's going to be a touchdown, Eagles. Number 28, Jeremias Benson. And he had about 4 spins there in the middle of the field. Sachse couldn't grab him, and he goes to the end zone.
Well, they had plenty of opportunities to take a pop at him. Let's count the number of people that actually had a pop. And okay, there's 2 guys right there, 3 guys, 4 guys, 5 guys, 6 guys, and he still spins out of there. So, you know, a heck of an effort right there by Jeremias. And boy, this has turned into a game of tennis practically.
There's a kick, and it gets blocked. That is going to be no good, and we'll see if that comes back to hurt Rowlett.
That could haunt them in a game this tight.
There's a look at number 28 for the Eagles, Jeremias Benson, who just scored on that long touchdown run. Our new score, Rowlett 27, Sachse 21. We'll be back after these messages.
In Garland ISD, we're providing a higher level of education. Our students not only choose their own path to success, but arrive there faster. We're eliminating thousands of dollars in college tuition costs with our P-Tech and early college high school programs. Students can graduate with as many as 60 college credit hours, an associate's degree, or an industry certification, all for free, and all from the comfort of a traditional high school. By teaming up with area colleges and industry partners like Microsoft, Google, Parkland Hospital, Wells Fargo, and Gulf States Toyota, our students are gaining real work experience and real college credit. So be inspired, be amazing, be whoever you want to be. Choose Garland ISD.
So we've had 2 minutes and 40 seconds run off the clock here in the third quarter. Both
Amazing,
teams have scored, 7 apiece. Rowlett regains the lead. Of course, that extra point attempt block.
That could be big, too.
Yeah, we'll see if it comes back to haunt him, as you said. And here comes the kickoff. A high, deep kick going to be taken at the 10 and fumbled here.
Oh, boy.
Still loose. Finally picked up. That is number 1, Cortland Scott, able to pick it up. But, boy, Mustangs going to be deep in their territory to start this drive at about the 7-yard line, it looks like.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll bet the blood pressure of the coaches was raised a little bit on that one, because, you know, that was dangerous down there. That was living dangerous.
So the Mustangs start deep here after the Rowlett touchdown. Brendan George with Popacana in the backfield. It's going to hand it off to Akana up the middle, bounces it out to the outside, and guess what?
They better get a handle
Here we
on
go. Akana with 1 man to beat. He breaks the tackle to the 20 before he's finally taken down. Rowlett's number 25, Emmanuel Evans, but boy, that's a long run for Popacana.
Boy, and once again, that's impressive. Because here you can see him just turn on, oh, what a nice block that was there, but turn on the jets right there and evade a couple of tacklers there, and there he goes.
And a sideline warning
Touchdown
on the
saving
Sachse
tackle
bench.
by Emmanuel Evans.
It's just a warning. We got first down.
Mustangs, the ball at the 16 of Rowlett. Again, remember they started at the 7.
run.
Boy, a couple of high-octane offenses we're seeing in action here, because nobody stopping.
77 yards on that run for Akana. He's going to get the handoff again, and boy, pretty good tackle right there as number 22 Kingston Johnson beats him.
Kingston Johnson.
It looked like it was going to go for more. O'Connor going to get a break here. They're going to let him have a little bit of a rest after that carry, a gain of 3 on the play. Fakes a handoff. Brendan George going to take it outside. He's got some room out here. That's going to be a touchdown Mustangs. However, a penalty flag thrown at the 8-yard line.
You know, it looked like there might have been a block in the back there. We'll have to review that. But boy, you hate to. Well, clearly it's against Sachse by the reaction there. We'll see exactly what it is.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they're going to get a block in the back here, illegal use of hands.
Block in the back. Number 4 White. 10 yards. Spot of the foul. Repeat second down.
So momentarily that will negate the touchdown. Back up the Mustangs to the 18-yard line where it'll set up second down and 12.
18-yard line. Second down, 12.
There's a snap. They're going to hand it off to the running back, number 11, coming to the right side. Another penalty flag comes out. First carry for Grayson King on the night, but yeah, we'll check this one.
King on the carry around the right side. Solo by Manny Evans. Penalty
Got
also
an injured Rowlett Eagle as well,
injured player
but we will check the flag.
for Rowlett.
Holding. Number 5 White. 10 yards. Spot of the foul.
Against the
Repeat second down.
Mustangs. That's a holding call. It's going to back them up 10 more. Looked like the injured player was Joseph Brocks for the
Correction,
Eagles. He's
10
able to
yards
get
into the
up and
run.
walk to the bench, but boy, that's a valuable player for Rowlett that's coming off the field.
Absolutely. He does it both on offense and defense. So, you know, they're looking at somebody that could really help the cause here, and they need him out there.
23-yard line.
Publicana back in the game. Second down at about 18. There's the snap. Handoff to O'Connor. In the middle of the field this time, Rowlett a better job of holding him to a short gain.
Cordell Lee came up there looking for organ donors. I mean to tell you, he really laid the lumber in there.
Pick it up right there. Yeah, there
Now,
you go.
I'll tell you what, I misidentified. That's
Jabril Betts there, number 31, the
Jabril Betts is
linebacker.
the one who came up there.
Third down and long here for the Mustangs. There's a snap. Brendan George looking to throw it. Here comes some pressure. He's going to scramble just a bit, trying to get outside, and he's going to get thrown out of bounds after no gain on the play, and it's going to be fourth down and long.
I bet they end up going for it.
Looks like at least momentarily the offense going to stay. You can see right there he gets thrown down out of bounds rather roughly by, once again, number 31. Back-to-back plays by Jabril Betts.
Jamin Lamb was in pursuit too. Had a little bit to do with that, but you know, 4th and 15, go ahead, go for it.
The Mustangs keep the offense on the field. See what they can call here. We've got about 10 seconds remaining on the play clock, so plenty of time here. 4th down and 15. They've got to get to the Rowlett 6 to move the chains. George looking to throw. He's going to throw it across the middle. Catch is made. That is a touchdown, Mustangs.
You talk about threading the needle. He stuck it right between two defenders that were all over the receiver.
Saw the penalty flag come out late, more than likely some type of a taunting penalty at the end of that, but the touchdown will stand.
And what an impressive touchdown. Of course, usually what happens there when you see those kind of things is somebody said something that you will not read in the Baltimore Catechism, and that results in a penalty, which is why, you know, probably guys just keep your mouth closed. But, you know, that pass was incredible. It was right between two defenders that were all over the receiver.
Yep. Yeah, the problem with a penalty like that is if it does go against Sachse, you know, it looks like Coach Alfred's got his choice
We have
here.
a touchdown. After the touchdown, number 1, right. Unsportsmanlike conduct. They will take it on the extra point.
Taunting. So again, you got your option there. You can either back up the extra point, or you can, you know, place it on the, you know, on the kick. Here's the throw.
Wasn't that incredible?
Right between two Rowlett defenders. There's probably your signal there for taunting. So this is going to be a long extra point attempt here.
35-yard field goal.
And it got blocked, and that's why you do that. Still lose. Rowlett picks it up. And they're going to take the 2-point lead.
I guess Isaiah Jennings grabbed it and took it on the run.
Now, I will say there is a penalty flag here at the 16-yard line.
Isn't this going to be something if there was an offsides or something like that, then negates all that, that exercise. Well, they got the exercise out of it.
Exactly. The line judge threw it, so that may be exactly what we've got here is an offside call. So we may do this again.
Tell you what, this is really entertaining to just call this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, all kinds of twists and turns. And I guess we're taking that
Offsides
off.
defense, number 35. 5-yard penalty, we'll retry.
You know, I got to laugh. Isn't this something? I mean, all these twists and turns. All right, so now they've got what amounts to about a 30-yard field goal for the extra point.
Yeah, and I'm watching here to see where the officials, I'm not sure they know where to spot the ball. It should be at the 13. Let's see. Okay, it looks like they are going to place it. I was going to say it. A little bit of confusion there, but they got it right. It's at the 13. That's where it should be. So the extra point, as you mentioned, this one's going to be about a 30-yard extra point attempt. Again, the last one was blocked. This is for the lead. There's your snap and hold. The kick is up. It's got plenty of distance right down the middle and good. So with 6:23 remaining in the third quarter, our new score, the Sachse Mustangs 28, the Rowlett Eagles 27. We'll be back after these messages on GRS TV.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders.
We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures.
It's what we call the GISD effect.
Battle for the hammer at HBJ Stadium. Right now, the Mustangs on top 28-27.
Very, very quickly, too, we might have another good game going on right now. Wiley East is ahead of Naaman Forest, 29-22. That one's in the third period, so Naaman Forest, another tight one.
We're not even halfway through the third quarter. It was, keep in mind, it was 21-14 Rowlett at half, so we've got 3 touchdowns here without even half of a quarter played. Here's the high pooch kick. It's going to be fair caught at around the 25-yard line, so that's where Rowlett will start on offense. So 3 touchdowns in less than 6 minutes here in this third quarter. Seen a little bit of everything.
Well, it's almost like we're watching a game of ultimate frisbee in a lot of ways. I mean, they just keep going right down the field.
Yep, back and forth. Seen a little bit of everything. Had a penalty on the touchdown. The blocked extra point that it appeared Rowlett took the lead. Running it back for the 2 2-point conversion. That was negated by the offside penalty. So the Mustangs with the 1-point lead here. And there's a snap to Ellison. Going to hand off to Crow. Coming once again to the left side. Breaks a couple of tackles. Loses the football out of bounds. Picks up the first down. However, there is a penalty flag. This one's probably coming back for holding.
Oh, it is. It's going to be a hold. But what that doesn't diminish is showcasing the ability of Devonta Crow,
10 yards.
because it's coming back all right, but he certainly showed a lot of ability on that one.
Yeah, really the whole game for Crow. He's unofficially 16 carries, 128 yards, and a touchdown. So, again, the way these offenses have been moving up and down, you know, he's well on his way to a potential 200-yard game. First down and 20 after the holding penalty. Snap to Ellison. Gonna fake the handoff, throw it out. Boy, nice defensive play by the corner out there. I believe that's number 12, Jalen Jimenez.
He was all over that one. He certainly was all over that like a cheap suit. You look over him, and I mean to tell you, he...
Catch made by Kirkling there, but that's one of those where if you knew you were going to get tackled, you just drop the ball, because that's actually a loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, Nick. I mean, the defender was all over that like a mugger at an ATM. I mean, he was just right there, ready to make a play. Boy, look at that crowd. Isn't that impressive?
Second down and 22. Play action here. Rolling out is Ellison. He's got his man, and well, I'm not sure if the catch was made or not. It looks like they are going to signal the catch, yeah.
James Okolo came away with it.
14 yards on the reception to Okolo. Here's a look at the replay.
Boy, he did a good job of hanging on to that one, because he met some company as soon as he caught the ball. That was a pretty hard lick, but he still was able to maintain possession.
Yeah, a little bit of helmet to helmet there, and luckily both players able to get up. There's the snap. Rolling out to his left, looking to throw it. He's going to throw it out. Catch is made, number 4.
There's Isaac again.
Isaac Lara right there, and he's going to be close to the first down, but about 2 yards shy. And well, what do you do here if you're Rowlett? You got to punt this one away, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I don't think you're good. Well, unless you're one gambling football team, and they just might be one gambling football team, but you don't make it here. You give them a short field, and that's all. Well, as Jimmy Johnson once heard him say, scared money never wins. So they're gonna roll the dice and bet they can get 2 yards out of it. Oh, boy, and then now it's going to be 7 yards, so they're going to punt it now.
Yeah, the Sachse defender moved first that time, and they're still going to get Rowlett
5
with
yards,
the procedure call. And yeah, this is going to send the punt unit on. So any thought that they had of going for it on 4th and 2, they will not go for it on 4th and 7.
Looked like they might have been doing a little stunting and slanting down there to get the defender or the offensive guy to move, and that's pretty much what happened.
So punt formation are the Eagles. The Mustangs send 2 back to return it. There's a snap, there's a kick in the direction of number 7, Jet Krill. It's going to hit and take a Sachse bounce before it's down at around the 36-yard line of the Mustangs.
Well, you know, that could be huge, just stopping anybody right now, because neither team has been able to stop each other this half. And to get a stop for Sachse, now they could take control of the game.
1-point lead for the Mustangs, and now the football, as you mentioned, the first possession without a score here in the second half. Just under 4 minutes remaining. There's a snap. They're going to pitch it out to Popacata, trying to get outside board. Great defensive play out here by the end. It's number 35 for Rowlett with the great play is Vincent Grizel. Watch him fight off the block.
Oh, boy. It's almost like he took on the blocker and the ball carrier at one time.
It's going to be a loss of 4 yards on that carry. Second down and 14 now for the Mustangs. Brendan George hands it off once again. Akana, a couple of nice moves, gets back to the original line of scrimmage and maybe a yard past. So it's going to set up 3rd down and long for Sachse.
Pretty good stutter step in there. Boy, he's a lot of fun to watch because you watch it right there. Do they have him? Nope. Quick cut to the other side and keeps rolling. 3rd and 9. So now, of course, Rowlett with a good opportunity to get that foe off the field and get the ball back for their guys.
Empty backfield this time. George going to roll out to his right, looking to throw it. He throws it out. It's got a man out there. Catch made around midfield and then into Rowlett territory.
Cortland.
Is number 1, Cortland Scott.
He's got a few targets to throw at because some of these people are coming up with some impressive catches right there. But that'll give him another 1st down.
Good look there at the quarterback for the Mustangs. He's going to fake the handoff, looking to throw it. Here comes pressure and escapes the first tackler, but 2 Rowlett defenders chase him down after no gain.
Boy, a good play by George, though, because he eluded a tackler that could have been a little bit of trouble and put him in 2nd and about 13 instead of 2nd and 10.
That was Vincent Grizel again. As you said, had him in the backfield, not able to bring him down. One thing I've noticed here so far in the game, is the Sachse coaching staff, they're really getting George rolling out on these passing plays. He seems to be more comfortable on the run than throwing from the pocket. There's a quick throw out. Boy, just dropped immediately.
Guess who? Joseph Brooks.
Brooks back in the game, makes the tackle on Khalik Lockett. Boy, hit immediately. A gain of only 2. It's going to be 3rd down and long once again.
Good opportunity for Rowlett here if they can kind of cash in because they're looking at a 3rd down and about 7, and I really believe at this point where they are in the field, you almost have to punt it, but, we'll see what the coaching staff does. But they got to stop them first.
There's a snap. George going to run it up the middle. He's going to have the 1st down and more. Boy, takes a big hit there at the end of that run, but he's going to move the chains after the gain of about 17. Well, I don't think that was a designed quarterback draw.
No, I don't think it was either. I think he looked around and saw where everybody was and decided, my best alternative here is to run out of the pocket and get a 1st down, which he did.
And he did indeed. We're inside of a minute to go here in the 3rd. There's a snap. Handoff to Popakana. Trying to get outside to the right. He's got some room out here.
This one's coming back, though.
Yeah, penalty flag sits at around the 20-yard line. Another good run for Akana, but as you said, all for naught.
Holding, number 50 on the offense. Going 10 yards, spot the foul, repeat 1st down.
Getting the wide-out game here. They see the Mustang crowd there trying to cheer on their offense. They've got the 1-point lead as we are in the waning stages here of the 3rd quarter. There's a snap, handoff to Akana. Once again to the left side, and gain of about 5 yards. Going to be marked down at around the 25. That's probably the final play of the 3rd too. You see the Mustangs walking towards the sideline, and they'll let the final 3 seconds tick off the clock. And we have indeed come to the end of 3 here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. A great game tonight.
Don't go anywhere, folks. It's going to be a good 4th quarter.
No doubt. Sachse 28, Rowlett 27. We'll be back after these messages on GRS TV. Start of the fourth quarter here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. Just to recap or reset, Sachse with the 1-point lead, 28-27 right now over Rowlett. They've got a 2nd down and 7. Look at the Mustang offense coming on the field. Boy, what a great game it's been tonight. You know, neither team has led by more than 7 points. We've had just a back and forth affair, exactly what we'd expect from these two rival schools. And this one probably going to come down to the wire.
Well, you know, I don't think consumer advocates are going to be demanding their money back because, I mean, this has been an entertaining game. And, of course, we got all kinds of people off sides. This play on the house, or it should be. Yeah, it's going to be a play on the house.
Yeah, it looks like a free play here as Rowlett jumps offside, but the pass falls incomplete.
Offsides defense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
So that takes it from a 2nd down and 8 to a more manageable 2nd down and 3.
Boy, and you know, every time you think Sachse's done for on this drive, they've been able to come up with the play they needed to keep themselves alive.
Second and short. George takes the snap. Going to hand off to O'Connor to the left side. Breaks one tackle, cuts to the outside. That's going to be a touchdown, Mustangs.
Boy, he gets some space, and it's like, forget about it. You know, we'll see on the replay here. Look at him. Just as soon as he gets, you know, one of those deals, if he's even, he's leaving. And he hits the afterburners. There's no stopping him now. Now, of course, Sachse with a opportunity to really take control of this game because they're going to be up 2 scores here.
Extra point attempt coming up here, and he missed it. Wide right.
Could anything else happen?
Well, so now it's still just a 7-point game.
You know, we've had everything but a attack of locust in this game. I mean, every time you look up, something unusual happens. Like, who suspected he'd miss the extra point? Well, it happened, and it's still a 7-point game.
Yep, 7 points. So that missed extra point by Rowlett earlier
negates that.
It does. It absolutely does. So our new score here, 34-27. The Mustangs on top, but again, it's just a 7-point advantage, and we still have the entire fourth quarter here to go. Boy, what a great game it has been. Again, you know, we talked about it in the opener, Kevin, but, you know, both teams come in 0-3, 0-1 in district play. You don't want to drop to 0-2 in district play, and so, you know, both of these teams playing like they know that, and they don't want to lose this game.
Well, a sense of urgency, but, you know, one thing I'm going to do, just looking at some of the crowd shots there, is point out both the student bodies have really shown up tonight. Both the student bodies have really added a ton to this atmosphere, and it's been a lot of fun.
It has. Lined up for kick here. There is the kick, a high pooch kick. It's going to be taken around the 26. Fair caught. That's where Rowlett will start 1st and 10. So the offense back on the field for Rowlett. See if they can answer the Sachse score and make this a tie game again. Boy, I tell you, we talked early as well. You know, Sachse had that tough game last week against Lakeview where, yeah, that was really a back and forth affair as well. Went into overtime where Sachse eventually lost to Lakeview 34-28. And, you know, you kind of see, man, does this have shades of another overtime game for them? There's the handoff right up the middle, and boy, nice job there by number 94 of the Mustangs as he was kind of the last line of defense. That's Jerron Counts.
And keep in mind, Vashon is playing a heck of a game at linebacker. He got in there pretty quick, too.
Gain of 4 yards on that first down run. Rowlett content with just keeping it on the ground here to start. Got a lot of success on the ground tonight. There's another handoff right up the middle. Boy, another good run for the Eagles. They're going to be close to midfield.
You know, the guard in the center on the near side for Rowlett are plowing some holes. I mean, they are, well, I'll tell you what, they right up the guard center gap there. Of course, a lot of that is a guessing game. You know, the defender can go one way and, you know, the play goes the other. But, boy, they've been pretty impressive running the football, Rowlett.
Last two carries, Jermias Benson. We saw him score the touchdown on their last drive. There's a handoff, and boy, this time nothing doing. They tried maybe the well one too many times there, and a loss of a yard on the carry that time to Benson. Number 33 there on your screen with the tackle, Sean DeVault.
Yep, a little bit too many white trouser seams in that area right then. All right, they actually lost a yard, so second and long.
Ellison, play action. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a man out there, but he underthrows him. Is that an interception? Let's see. It is.
Yep.
Number 12, Jalen Jimenez comes up with the interception. And again, Kirkling was open that time, but the ball a little underthrown by Ellison.
Gave him time to catch up there. And he had to kind of wrestle it away from the receiver, who did a pretty good job, I guess you would say, getting in there, trying to get to the piece of the pie.
Yeah, Kirkling fighting for the ball. You're exactly right, Kevin, but Jimenez able to come up with the interception, so Sachse takes back over. There's a handoff to Akonin. He's going to get tackled immediately in the backfield. As you see, a fired up number 99, Chase Smalley for the Eagles.
Chase is pumped. Oh, look at Chase. He just pretty much manhandles his man up front and then grabs a receiver or grabs a runner and throws him to the ground.
Big defensive tackle for the Eagles. Causes a loss of 2 on that carry. Second down and 12 now for the Mustangs. Gonna fake the handoff. George looking to throw it out. He throws it to Jet Crew, who can't hold on to it.
All right, that third and long. So once again, Rowlett with an opportunity right here. But you know, this is where Sachse, to me, has been unpredictable because they've come up with something about every time.
Well, they had a great play call there. If Krill's able to hold on to that, I mean, he had a lot of daylight out in front of him, just not able to hang on. And as you said, sets up a big third down play here.
Big for both teams.
Penalty flag on the field. You see, this is going to set up a 3rd and 17 on a procedure.
Those pre-snap penalties, they're mostly going against the offense.
Offense, 5 yards, repeat 3rd down.
Mustangs start. Takes them back to the 20-yard line. 3rd down. Leading 17.
3rd down and 17 now. So we're inside of 9 minutes to go in the game. Throw across the middle. Well, I tell you what, he had him, but just a little high and out of the reach of number 1, Cortland Scott, who comes up a little bit hobbled.
And I think finally a little bit of luck for the Rowlett people, because Sachse could not convert that one, and Rowlett is going to have the ball and an opportunity to get themselves right back in the ball game. But what Sachse's been doing all evening long is they've been coming up with big plays like that, but they could not pull one off there, and so Rowlett's going to get the ball back.
Here comes the punt. It's a high kick. Brox tells everybody to get away from it. It's going to bounce straight in the air and then take a Mustang bounce into Rowlett territory. But still pretty good field position here for the Eagles on offense as they'll start from their own 45, trailing only by 7.
8:40 remains.
So Ellison, interception on the last possession, does not come back to hurt the Eagles, and now he gets another shot here. There's a snap. They're going to run the option. Pitch out to Devonta Crow. Got some good blocking out here. He's going to have first down yardage, a gain of about 11.
You know, that's got to be tough to defend when you got a quarterback who can throw like Ellison. All of a sudden, he starts running a down line option like that. And then on top of that, he's got a running back like Crow to pitch it to. But that just puts all kinds of pressure on that defense.
Into Sachse territory now are the Eagles. 1st and 10 from the 45. There's a snap. Fakes the handoff, throws it in middle. He's got a wide open receiver. That's going to be a touchdown, Rowlett. No penalty flags.
Isaac again.
There's Isaac Lara with the touchdown catch of 45 yards. And we are an extra point away from a tie ball game once again.
But you know, Ellison can put all kinds of pressure on that defense because when he can run like he can run, and then, you know, you got the option of passing too, he's tough. Well, 34-34 is our score.
Yep. Extra point is good. You saw Lara there on the screen. Our new score, Sachse 34, Rowlett 34. We'll be back after these messages.
The Garland ISD Education Foundation provides resources to support and enrich education for all students in the Garland Independent School District. Every dollar donated helps fund innovative teaching and learning initiatives. Choose today to impact a better tomorrow. For more information and to learn how you can give, visit gisdedfoundation.org.
Look at the Eagles cheerleaders cheering on their team after a touchdown drive and a nice throw and catch from quarterback Ellison to receiver Lara. We've got a 34-34 game.
Isaac has been pretty, I guess you would say, sneaky tonight. Just when you don't expect him to be in the picture, he comes up with a huge play, and he's done that several times this evening.
He has 3 catches, 98 yards, and a touchdown for Isaac Lara. And just like you said, you know, really they've got that triumvirate of receivers, James Okolo, Corey Kirkland, Trey Long. They've all had big games tonight, but Lara is the one with the stats. 3 catches, 98 yards, and the touchdown.
Boy, this final 8 minutes is really going to be something.
Kick comes down to number 8. Look at this return out across the 40 to the 45 and close to midfield. Another good return for Dane Norberg. And now Sachse's turn to see if they can answer. Well, he picks up some good blocking here as well. Had that wedge in the middle. Norberg with the great return close to midfield. 1st and 10 at the 48 for the Mustangs. There's a snap. Going to hand the ball off. The new running back on the field, number 11. Look at this run. He's headed towards the end zone. Still on his feet, down inside the 5. A penalty flag comes out late. That was Grayson King with another nice carry.
Oh, boy. I think it's against Sachse, too, the way they're reacting. Must have had a block in the back late.
6 wide offense.
Well, that's what it was. I didn't see it. We're based on where the flag was thrown. That's about all it could have been.
He gets a pulling guard out here, and he cuts it in the middle. Boy, turns on a little bit of speed.
Oh, there it is right there. There it is right there. But, well, that'll back him up a little bit, but they're still got him right where they want him for the most part.
Yeah, the problem with that is it's 1st and goal, and so now it's 1st and goal from
the 18-yard line.
Exactly. Yep. Now they're bringing the chains now, so I apologize. It's not 1st and goal. 1st and 10 from the 18. The chain's just slow getting back there. They still don't have them set correctly
No, they
yet.
don't.
Not sure what's going on. Let's say it was 1st and goal, and they just are not setting the chains. Anyhow, 2nd down here for the Mustangs. There's a handoff. Boy, another nice run. That's going to be an easy touchdown for number 2, Pope Akana. He might be hurt, but watch this run from Akana. Again, great blocking up front. Cuts it back inside, and you're going to see him right here. See, it kind of comes up hobbled. Falls into the end zone for the touchdown, but we're taking a look at him right now. Maybe a cramp. Certainly what it looks like the way they're holding his leg. The Mustangs, just like that, regain the lead. That did not take long at all.
Officials timeout. Injured player falls.
All the offense we've had this evening has been something else.
Going to get Akana up on his feet, or try to anyway, it looks like. Again, it looks like just a cramp. Boy, big night for Pope Akana as well. He's been their leading rusher on the season. Did miss a game earlier, I believe, due to injury, but in this game right now, 19 carries, 161 yards, 3 touchdowns.
What a night.
Extra point attempt coming up here. There's the kick. That one is through the uprights and good. A barn burner here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. Our new score, Sachse 41, Rowlett 34. We'll be back after these messages on the one and only GRS TV.
In Garland ISD, we're providing a higher level of education. Our students not only choose their own path to success, but arrive there faster. We're eliminating thousands of dollars in college tuition costs with our P-Tech and early college high school programs. Students can graduate with as many as 60 college credit hours, an associate's degree, or an industry certification, all for free, and all from the comfort of a traditional high school. By teaming up with area colleges and industry partners like Microsoft, Google, Parkland Hospital, Wells Fargo, and Gulf States Toyota, our students are gaining real work experience and real college credit. So be inspired, be amazing, be whoever you want to be. Choose Garland ISD.
If you like touchdowns, you are at the right place, as we've seen a whole lot of them here, especially in the second half. Mustangs with the 7-point lead once again, 41-34, still plenty of time, 7:03 remaining in the game. Rowlett set to receive the kick here. It's going to be taken around the 11, a little bit of a bobble there, and then picked up by Joseph Brox. Oh, and these are the ones you hate.
You do, because they overrun the coverage.
Absolutely.
That can have, you see a fumble like that, and from one standpoint, it's bad. But from another standpoint, you got those guys coming down in those lanes full bore, and they can overrun the coverage a little bit there. Now, who's back there to help? And so,
well, the answer is the kicker, as he's the one that makes the touchdown-saving tackle right there. So good play by Josh Weston, the kicker. But again, just like we talked about Sachse with the good field position, Rowlett's going to start this drive at the Sachse 47. So Ellison and crew back to work here for the Eagles. There's the snap. Going to hand it off to Crow, trying to find an open lane, and it's taken down after a short gain of 1. A good stop there by number 98, Corey Walls.
Okay, they're coming out throwing this time. Play action, and they're throwing. I mean, they've been doing that all night, and they've been highly successful on it, but we'll see if Sachse can stop them. But boy, this has been some game of offense. I did not.
It has indeed. There's the snap. They're going to run the option. Ellison going to keep it. He's got some room. Boy, he's run down from behind. And number 33 for the Mustangs, Sean Duvall, with the big hit, but not before Ellison picks up another first down for the Eagles.
He can put an awful lot of pressure on you, because I can promise you that's probably the exact opposite of what they were expecting he would do. And he does it for what, about 14, 15 yards?
First down, handoff goes once again to Crow, this time to the right side. You know, they were running to the left a lot in that first half, and now they've basically switched, and they're coming to the right here in the second half, and gain of about 2 yards that time for Devonta Crow. Again, as we mentioned, Crow with a big game, just like Popocana on the other side. So the two running backs really coming up big tonight in this rivalry game. Devonta Crow now 19 carries, 141 yards and a touchdown. There's a snap. Ellison throws it out quickly. Catch made by Corey Kirkling. Breaks one tackle and tripped up around the 25-yard line, so a gain of only 2 more. It's going to be a big 3rd down and 5 coming up here.
You know, the variety of this Rowlett offense is really something to behold, too. Because every time you look, it seems they got a new play. Of course, you know, the head coach was with the Allen Eagles for 5 years on some pretty prolific offenses there, so he probably knows a little bit about what he's doing.
Inside of 5 minutes in the game, 3rd down and 5. Ellison looking to throw it. He's got time. He throws it across. He's got a man.
Oh.
Kirkling, touchdown Eagles.
Once again, just over the outstretched hands of a defender. And I'll tell you what, we may be putting in some extra hours ourselves this evening, Steve.
Boy, great throw that time. Ellison. Kirkling does the rest. Important extra point attempt here. Kick is up right down the middle for number 14, Jack Hager, and good. As you look at Kirkling, who just scored with the touchdown, our new score, Sachse 41, Rowlett 41. Now there is a penalty flag on the play, so Sachse staying on the field, so let's check this.
Might have to kick it again.
Yeah, now they do signal it good, so not sure what the call was, but you take a look at Corey Kirkling there, another touchdown. We'll take a quick break. Our score, 41-41.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders.
We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures. It's what we call
The GISD effect.
Take a look at the Rowlett step team right there. Very excited that the Eagles have tied it up. It's 41-41. There's a look at Ellison. Ellison has had a nice game tonight as well for Rowlett. You know, we've talked about the receivers, but obviously he's the catalyst that's making the machine go here. 14 of 20 for 220 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Boy, and several of those passes have been downright impressive.
Deep kick this time. Got to come down to Norberg. He's going to try to return it to the middle of the field. Look at this. Another good return out to the 35-yard line.
Well, he's earning his keep tonight.
Yeah, most special team coaches are going to have some things to think about here in the upcoming week. Mustangs, it's your turn now. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They send a man in motion. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off, coming to the right side, and boy, getting tackled from behind.
Javier Russell.
Yep, number 11, Grayson King with the carry, but as you mentioned, number 6, Russell there with a great stop. Have an injured lineman down as well, but he is up and walking towards the sideline, but another loss on that play, loss of 2. Notice these last 2 series, number 11, Grayson King, given a little bit of a rest to Popacana. We haven't seen much of R.C. Reeves tonight. He's had some big running games here this far early in the year, but boy, another handoff and coming outside once again. Number 11 takes
might be
a
a late
shot
hit
there
there.
in the bag, but apparently the official thinks not enough to throw the flag, but that's going to be close to the first down for number 11, Grayson King.
Boy, you cannot help but to get the feeling whoever has the ball last this evening is going to win. And, you know, if you're Sachse, you not only want to score, you want to eat as much of that clock as you can.
Penalty flag comes out here.
And the folks from Rowlett are indicating it's against Sachse, so we'll see what this is all about.
Yeah, I don't know. With the coach, Red Barons, look at him. He's out on the field. He has no clue what this call is.
But, you know, isn't it amazing the program he's run over the years?
There's no penalty on the flag. White call timeout.
But when you're sending players off everywhere from Alabama to Michigan to Texas A&M, which they've done at Sachse, you know, that speaks so highly of that program. What it's been over the years. Of course, they're in a dogfight now, but
they are indeed. So you saw the penalty was waved off as it gave the timeout call there to the Mustangs. So it will remain 3rd down and 1 as we come back to live action. Just inside of 4 minutes, 3:51 remaining in this game. Again, this is a big 3rd down play here, 3rd and 1. There's a snap. Quarterback's going to keep it himself up the middle.
Second effort will get it to him.
Yeah, the push got it there, it looks like, as he's going to be across the 45 to the 46.
I thought they had him stopped initially, but second effort got it to him. So Sachse's going to continue to maintain possession of the football, keep the clock rolling, and move down the field, which, you know, they really, I would think, have most of the poker chips on their end of the table right now. If they can keep this game, I guess you would say, clock rolling and keep generating just enough offense to get down there and get within field goal range anyway.
1st and 10, they have a little bit of movement. I think the Mustangs going to have to call another timeout.
They did.
That's a mistake right there, as I think they a little confused.
The second charge timeout of the half.
Why don't we take a quick break with it? 41-41, 3:09 remaining at Homer B. Johnson. Back from timeout, 1st down and 10. Sachse has used 2 now in the last 2 plays, and so they only have 1 remaining in the game. There's a snap, handoff, and boy, Popacana is thrown down in the backfield by number 18, Simon Watson.
Simon with a big play right there.
Had that pulling guard that time, the blocker in front. I think if he gets away from Watson there, that was going to be a big run, but Watson able to pull him down. Loss of a yard on the play, 2nd and 11 as we approach 2.5 remaining in the game.
Clock continuing to roll. Oh, they'll set up that screen.
Yeah, screen pass set up, but really nobody there. Ball
Except
tipped away as well.
Defensive lineman.
Boy, let's look at it again here. I'm not even sure there was a receiver in the air. Oh, okay, there's two coming across.
Vincent Martin, I think. Got a hand in there. Okay.
3rd and 11. Rowlett looks like they're going to bring some pressure here. Here it comes. There's the throw. Catch.
Oh, my
Touchdown,
goodness.
Mustangs.
There's Cortland, rather. I'm sorry, Cortland. Cortland Scott caught it on the dead run, and boy, he wasn't looking around. Look how well this pass is throwing. On the dead run. I mean on the dead run.
It was a big 3rd down 11. Rowlett brought pressure that time, but they were not able to get to George. And when you do that, you've got that one-on-one coverage, and Scott able to get away from everyone, and the extra point is good. Our new score with 2:16 remaining. Sachse 48, Rowlett 41. We'll be back after these messages.
The Garland ISD Education Foundation provides resources to support and enrich education for all students in the Garland Independent School District. Every dollar donated helps fund innovative teaching and learning initiatives. Choose today to impact a better tomorrow. For more information and to learn how you can give, visit gisdedfoundation.org.
(48-41) Mustangs on top after the big 3rd and 11 conversion to Cortland Scott. He has had a huge game receiving here for the Mustangs.
And every time you think nothing more incredible can happen, more incredible stuff happens, like that last touchdown pass. Was that something else?
Well, Rowlett's got 2:16 to be incredible themselves and 3 timeouts. They have another deep kick, come down to Brox. Let's see if Brox can, or pardon me, that's not Brox, that's number 7 now in the game for the Eagles. That's Acolo. And he's going to be run out of bounds around the 25-yard line. So 75 yards that the Eagles will need to cover in 2:11 to try to get this game knotted back up at 48. Cortland Scott, by the way, Kevin, 7 catches, 176 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
What a night he's having. What a night.
That's to go along with Pope Akana on the ground, 20 carries, 160 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So Akana and Scott, 3 touchdowns apiece, have accounted for for 6 of the 7 Sachse touchdowns.
A little bit of pressure now on the folks from Rowlett.
Yeah, a little bit of movement there as well on the left side of the line there. Looked like the tackle.
Black. Red penalty, 1st down.
So 1st down and 15 now for the Eagles.
Takes it back to the 20-yard line. Repeat 1st down, 15.
Here we go. There's the snap. Play action, looking to throw it. Got a little bit of activity there.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, everybody did, and I think all the officials did, because I see, 1, 2, 3, 4 flags. Pretty easy call there.
As the late, great Connie Alexander used to say, that was an old announcer with the Mobile Network, flags flew like autumn leaves. Because there are 3 right down there. Got the back judge, the referee, and the line judge all through them.
Defensive pass interference, number 34 White. That's a spot foul, an automatic 1st down.
They're up to the 35-yard line. this game's a long way from over.
Here's a look at the replay. You're going to see the pass in the air, and you can see he just gets pushed where the pass arrives. So easy call for the officials. 1st and 10 now. Another play action. They're looking down the sideline. That's to Okolo. He catches it. Oh, it's dropped. Well, I thought that was going to be a reception as well. You're going to see a well-placed ball this time by Ellison, and Okolo just not able to hang on to it. Here it is. I mean, right in his hands. It goes right through his hands.
C.J. Wells was applying the pressure right away, though. So, there you go. Well, it brings up 2nd and 10. They got a minute 58 to work with.
And off to Crow, cuts it back inside, boy, and there he is met by number 6, Amici Ofili. He's been quiet tonight, but the big defensive end for the Mustangs makes a big play when he needs to.
Boy, and they called the timeout right away, so the clock is going to stop with 50.
That's the first charge timeout of the half.
Timeout, Rowlett.
But you know, now it's Rowlett, the one who needs some high drama, as they're looking at 3rd down and about 11 to go.
We're just keeping it here. So we've got 1:50 remaining. Rowlett uses their first timeout. It's going to be a big 3rd down and 11 coming up for the Eagles. Boy, what a game we've seen. Again, remember, this game was 21-14 Rowlett at the half, so you can see the amount of points scored here in the second half.
Well, let's face it, right now, this is 4-down territory. It don't matter that the ball is at the 34-yard line. They can't punt it away. They're going to have to go for it. So, you know, a couple of plays, they can come up with that needed yardage.
Well, here we go, 3rd down and 11. There's a snap. Ellison, play action once again. He's got time. He's going to try to escape to the right. Being tracked down from behind. He goes down. That's Ofili once again. So back-to-back plays from him. It's going to be 4th down. Rowlett's going to have to use a timeout. More importantly, Ellison comes up hobbled.
Boy, Amici with about as good a tackle as you're going to see there. But
Black, 2nd timeout of the half.
But you know, Rowlett's going to have to come up with something really unique right here. But the way this is going, I'm just not putting it past him. I mean, the way this game has gone, where just as soon as you suspect somebody's out of it, they're back in it.
Boy, what do you do here? 4th down and 12. You got to come up with a big play.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think you go to James Okolo. How about that? That's as good a bet as any, but they got other receivers they can throw it at. Of course, Okolo's going to the far side of the field, but he's had coming into this game 19 catches for 250 yards, 2 touchdowns. You know, that old saying, you go with your best back on his best play. Well, in this, you throw it at your boy. He's got man coverage over there. Nah, they're shifting over there.
I'd look at a screen pass here if it's me. There's play action. Here comes the pressure. Got a lot of room. He's going to throw it up, and that's out of bounds and a turnover to the Mustangs.
You know, I'll tell you what. Right now, that is a huge stop, and it's almost like collect the hymn books, mass is over, you know, because they are not going to have to do much more than get a 1st down right here, and they can run that 132 off, but Rowlett really, really up against the wall right now.
Yeah, with 1 timeout remaining for the Eagles and 1:32 left on the clock, the Mustangs, as you said, can pretty much run this clock out.
Split backs in the backfield for the first time tonight.
Yeah, they're going to get in victory formation here. There's the snap, just run it right up the middle. Make Rowlett use their final timeout here, which they do. So no timeouts remaining here for Rowlett. We've got 1:25.
Timeout, Rowlett. Their third and final timeout of the half.
But again, they'll, by the time Sachse gets to that fourth down, there's only going to be, roughly 25 seconds, somewhere around there. So again, in all intent and purposes, the game is over, barring some kind of a mistake by the Mustangs. Boy, what a great game we've seen tonight. It appears the Mustangs poised to move to 1-1 in district play, 1-3 overall for Rowlett. They're going to drop to 0-2, 0-4 overall. And again, you really hate to see either team lose a game like this, Kevin, as they both played their hearts out, a big rivalry game, and
they both left it on the field. There wasn't much left on the cutting room floor. I mean, they left it all out here and whatnot. But, all Sachse has to do is play some power football. And I guess Rowlett cannot stop the clock anymore.
There's a snap. They're just going to take a knee here. Clock going to continue to run here. They're going to have to snap the ball one more time.
And that's it.
Yeah, should be it. Well, what a great game by these two rivals. And it looks like the Hammer going to stay with the Sachse Mustangs for another year. More importantly for the Mustangs, again, get that big district win, move them to 1-1 in district play.
There's going to be about 3 seconds between, what are they going to call timeout? I believe they just snap it one time. There's only, the clock is continuing to roll here.
Yeah, they'll put time back on the clock, but you're right. Yeah, Sachse uses a timeout here. They're going to talk about things, but yeah, they're just going to have to come back, take a
timeout,
knee.
Sachse. Please reset the game. 40 seconds.
Yeah, they're going to reset the clock.
Yeah, couldn't tell exactly. 42 seconds. There you go. So 42 seconds. So, yeah, they'll have to snap it one more time, but that will be, they'll be able to run out the clock after that.
41.
It's actually 41 seconds. So it's all a formality at this point. Boy, big win here tonight for the Mustangs. You hate for the Eagles to lose this one, as they had the lead at halftime, but Sachse came out with a purpose here in the second half, and the one that got it done, it appears in the second half, was Cortland Scott, the receiver for the Mustangs, had the game-winning catch, it appears, and the Mustangs will move to, as I said, 1-1 on the season.
3rd and 11 for the Mustangs.
There's your snap. They're going to run kind of to the right side to run that extra second off, that extra tick, and then they're just going to go down. There's not enough time on the play clock, so again, they'll let the final 30 seconds tick off, and the Mustangs will come out victorious. Boy, great game tonight, Kevin, by these rival schools. You can see the Sachse sideline going crazy over there. There's the cheerleaders already on the field, and boy, big win for Sachse.
It is. This is something that could turn their season around a little bit, get them feeling some confidence. And keep in mind, this Rowlett team is a team that nearly beat an undefeated Plano East team early in the year. So they're a pretty good team they beat this evening. But, you look at Rowlett being 0-4 when they could be 4-0. That's going to be a challenge the coaches are going to have with those kids, to explain to them, keep playing, because we're not a bad football team. You don't play a game like you played tonight and be a bad football team.
Our final score tonight from Homer B. Johnson Stadium, the Sachse Mustangs 48, the Rowlett Eagles 41. We'll take you out with some highlights, and we'll see you next time on GRS TV.